Welcome back to another video. Here today we're going to be featuring Muk Registeel and SirFetch. Kind of an interesting team. We're running this as ABA and let's see how it runs. It is going to be interesting. Shadow Muk is going to be our lead here, and we do face an opposing regular Muk. Obviously the weird thing about this team is running that SirFetch. It is going to be running counter, Leaf Blade, and Night Slash. So let's see how this plays out. Here we both go for these Thunder Punches just to whittle away. We are Shadow, so we're going to be able to do a little bit more damage. Okay, we throw the other Thunder Punch immediately. These moves are non-stab, so they're going to do, you know, a good amount, but not too much. So this next move here is important because they're pretty much on the same cycle as we are right now. It's going to be important to see who wins CMP here. It happens to be us. We did win CMP right here. We are going to be able to get to this Thunder Punch first, forcing them to switch out. And here we find out that they are running the bigger rod. This bigger rod is good against our Reggie, so we allow the Muk to go down, and then we're going to come in with our SirFetch. This SirFetch, let's see how tanky it is. Able to tank one body slam. And we're going to try to throw on CMP right here. Unfortunately, that does not happen. As you can see, the counter did go through from the opposing Big Roth. So this Big Roth right now is planning on farming us down. Okay, makes sense. And then throwing a bunch of moves here. Here, do we think that they're going to throw Bulldoze? We say no. They end up baiting right there. And fortunately for us, they have a Umbreon in the back. This Umbreon is going to be able to tank at least one Focus Blast here. So we need to get to 3 Focus Blasts here to take out the remaining 2 Pokemon. First, we go for the Focus Blast here. This is going to do, I don't know, 60% damage, 55, something like that. We do have a shield still, so do we think these foul plays are going to do more damage, or do we think the Vigoroth is going to do more damage? So we invest a shield against this Umbreon, because once again, that Vigoroth has already thrown one body slam, so they don't have a lot of energy, and they still need to get to a Bulldoze to even have a chance to take us out here. This move right here seems to be too quick. It doesn't seem like it's a Bulldoze. Is it? Unfortunately for them, it is not. Either they're not running Bulldoze, or they thought that they could just body slam their way to the victory right there. GG's to our opponent right there. We are able to get to 3 Focus Blasts to take out the Vigoroth and the Umbreon in the back. So their team makes sense. They had a Poison and 2 things in the back weak to fighting. That makes total sense. And then we kind of had the kind of opposite team where we had the Poison in the front, and then we had a fighter, obviously, and then we had something weak to fighting in the back. So let's go into the next game here. We are going to try to see if this SirFetch can clutch us any games. We are trying to feature SirFetch as a safe switch here. So let's see if we ever do that. Okay, here we decide to stay in, even though this matchup here is looking like these Dragon Breaths are doing heavy damage. We have two train of thoughts here. We could shield here to try to maintain alignment, or we try and get that SirFetch a bunch of energy. So that's the reason why we let that go. It looked like that Dragonair was going to be able to beat that Shadow Muk. So we decided to let the Shadow Muk go and potentially farm with the SirFetch, but they actually ended up switching out for us. And that's kind of great for us because we have a counter to this Hypno. This Hypno would have done really well against our Muk and SirFetch. So somehow, some way, we were able to avoid this scenario. And basically, this Hypno being switched out was best case scenario for us. And here we're just going to try to take all the energy that they're going to allow us to have. We're trying to go up to 100 energy, then we throw a move. They go for the Fire Punch right there. We are able to survive it. We throw a Focus Blast here in case we need some extra farm. Fortunately for us, that Focus Blast was good enough to take it out anyways. So here, we have to go in with the SirFetch because the Muk is super low already. they're going to be throwing a move right here. We got to shield this because this SirFetch isn't quite that tanky. And then let's see if we're going to be able to farm down. Huge farm down by us right here. And GG's to our opponent. Whatever they have in the back, they did not want to see SirFetch with all that energy. Let us know. What do you think was in the back right there? Okay, so we played it ABA and it ended up being the correct way to do it. Luckily for us, we didn't have to switch out unnecessarily on that last game because we would have got deleted with that Hypno. So we play this team as an ABA team until we have like 2 counters to whatever's in the lead. Okay, once again, we have the Muk versus Muk matchup. This is just going to be a matter of who can show that they have the CMP tie win. I purposely don't throw a move first because I kind of want to see what they were going to do. They go for the Dark Pulse there. We throw on weird timing there, and we decide to throw our Thunder Punch. So at this point, they could probably just shield their way out of this. It looks like potentially that's what they're doing, because even if I threw Dark Pulse, they would have been able to survive. This is a non-shadow one, so they are looking for the farm down. Okay, farm down by our opponent right there. We're going to come in with our Reggie. They counter swap into their Haxorus. See, that Haxorus coming in towards the back is such a good switch for them, because I kind of didn't want to see it against the Reggie, and they are going to be able to debuff here. Here we go for the Night Slash that's already debuffed. Let's see if they end up shielding. No shield by them, so right now they're just trying to put all their chips into their last Pokemon. Oh, unfortunate for us, their back Pokemon was another dragon. So this team does make sense. You got a Poison protecting double dragons in the back. Unfortunate for us, we did get debuffed, and let's see if this Reggie can carry this entire team here. We are resisting these Dragon Breaths, which is the good thing. We're gonna have to tank these Aqua Tails probably. Let's see. This Aqua Tail does 5%, 10%. Still a good chunk. Still a good chunk. We are gonna be forced to throw energy pretty soon because we are at 100 energy. This Focus Blast is gonna take it out if they allow it to go out. Okay, they decided to shield. Interesting. We know that they have their Muk, right? Let's see if they unnecessarily switch out. Here, we are going to invest into this Reggie here because this Aqua Tail would keep it so low. And we try to go for extra farm here. Well done by my opponent for not switching out unnecessarily. We are going to be able to get this Focus Blast out to take out this Dragonair. And now it's just a race to the move. Oh! It looks like they were really close to a move before they left. So GG's to our opponent right there. Winning the back line. The dragons in the back weren't able to be countered with our SirFetch. So we almost had the same team, except for they obviously had dragons in the back, and I only had one counter to the dragons. All right, and they were able to win the lead. So unfortunate right there. Next game here, let's see how we do with this squad. Let's see if this SirFetch can do some work. All right, once again here, we're kind of in a weird situation. This Cofagrigus is pretty good against our backline, so we're deciding to stay in. We're just gonna play this out. These Shadow Claws from this Cofagrigus are doing some heavy damage. We're going to go for the Dark Pulse because we're only going to be able to get to one move. They decide to shield, and we're going to let this get farmed down. Here, we're going to decide to go with the SirFetch. The SirFetch is going to be met with the Vigoroth. Unfortunately for them, this Vigoroth is taking super effective counters from our SirFetch. Here, we're going to shield this for sure, and we're probably going to have to double shield here because, oh, we actually take it out. I was going to say, we were thinking about double shielding here because definitely we want this SirFetch to have a bunch of energy for whatever's in the back. And because we were able to farm it down, we're going to be able to get to a ton of these Night Slashes. We throw one counter and then we throw the Night Slash. You can see how much damage that Night Slash did unshielded on that first initial go. This should take out. Okay, and we get a little bit of a boost. all these counters are doing some heavy damage here. This Leaf Blade here would KO the Machamp, so we're forcing them to shield. If you go back and think about their team, they had Muk Registeel and double counters, and now it's just a matter of can we reach this Focus Blast before they get to 3 cross chops. They're going to need to get to 3 cross chops because we survived 1 cross chop and we have a shield. So let's see if they're going to throw a move. They throw a move right before we get to the Focus Blast. Because this Registeel was fairly healthy when it entered the match, it is going to be able to survive this. And boom, we are able to get to the Focus Blast right there. So we did get helped by that SirFetch. That SirFetch actually being MVP. Took out the Big Rob. Did huge damage against the Muk Registeel and the Machamp, enough to where our Registeel in the back was able to take it out. So GG's to our opponent right there, and let's go on to the next match. So far, SirFetch with energy is doing some crazy amount of work. We just got to be able to find situations where SirFetch can either farm down or get a huge energy advantage, and that's where its power is coming from. All right, Regirock here in the lead is kind of a tricky situation. This is a scenario where we are going to switch out. We decide to switch out into SirFetch. They switch out into their Muk Registeel, thinking that this is a great matchup for them. Unfortunately for them, we are going to be able to fight back with the Nice Flashes, taking roughly 30 to 40% damage right there. At this point, we don't want our energy to go to waste, so we're going to make sure we throw after we get close to 2. We actually end up CMP tying right here because their charge move did not come through. We are going to be able to shield here. Here, we're really debating whether, okay, they throw a bait. Here, they decide to go for double moves here. We're going to shield, and we're going to try and get as much energy as possible before we throw this move here. We decide to go for 1 fast move and switch and throw. We want to keep this kind of healthy because we know that they have their own Regirock in the back. So this is kind of an unfortunate situation. This Ninetales is really good against our backline. We didn't want to get it farmed out, so that's why we decided to switch out of our SirFetch. They decided to 1 shield, and it looks like they're going to be able to take down this Muk very easily. Unfortunately for us, we do have the Reggie in the back, and this Reggie is not going to like all of these fire moves being thrown at it. Here, we're debating whether to go to SirFetch. We do go for SirFetch here. We do our best to try to get to that last move. Unfortunately, we are not able to, and we get farmed down here. So kudos to our opponent right there. We get overheated too. So this is definitely big GG's. Kudos to our opponent right there, running some spicy teams right there. I like it. Let us know about this team. Check it out and let us know if you enjoyed it.